Hello, welcome back to the Stay Fitness channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Daniela. I'm a fitness, nutrition and life coach specializing in obesity and diabetes management. So today I would like to show you how to make these protein sparing modified fast beef meatballs, and the special thing about them is that I'm using protein sparing bread inside to keep them nice and soft, because I try to make just meatballs with just rolling the meat, put it into the air fryer. I think they're just a bit too dense and they get dry really easy. And the whole principle of the meatballs like we do in Italy is that without bread and milk and eggs, to make the meatballs soft and juicy, and also to stretch out the meat, of course. So, but let me show you how I made these protein sparing beef meatballs. So first thing you want to do, so what do we need for these meatballs is of course some extra lean minced beef, an egg white, some goat milk, which you can substitute with any milk, or beef broth if you want to save yourself the carbs and the fats. Then some protein sparing bread left over, like if you have any leftovers in the fridge, ugly bits, dry bits, those are perfect. And some spices and salt of your choice, obviously. So first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna tear up the bread really small, as small as possible. You could also decide to blend the bread with the milk if you really want a thin paste. I'm pretty happy with just small bits. And add the milk, which I weighed. This is about 110 milliliters, and the egg white. So you're gonna leave the bread to soak up for maybe 5 minutes. Then you're going to add the meat, the spices and the salt, and then you're gonna work with your hands trying to break up the little pieces, and so work the meat with the bread so it gets all nice and uniform. They're not just clumps of bread in one place and meat on the other. I've noticed that it was a bit dry, so I did a splash more of milk, so it was 5 milliliters at the beginning and then something like 110 at the end. And yeah, so when the meatballs are ready, I'm gonna cook them in the air fryer, so there's no need to add any fat. So I put a little bit of greaseproof paper on each rack of the air fryer because meatballs tends to stick, and since we're not adding any fat, this makes it so much easier. I then foam the meatballs with my wet hands. It's really important, otherwise they'll stick to your hands, and then cook them for about 12 minutes, I would say. So just keep an eye. I also turn the drawers, the little trays, if the bottom of course is cooking a little bit slower, just make sure as soon as they get a bit of color, on 10-12 minute mark, they should be cooked inside. You don't want to overcook them because then you're gonna have dry meatballs. So once they're cooked, so the good thing is about this is such a basic recipe that it can be turned into so many things, from protein sparing sub meatball sandwich. You can add, cook it in tomato sauce and then add it to some courgette or some konjac noodles. You can use it as a topping for a protein sparing pizza. They're just nice as they are, but then you can put them into soup with some broth and some vegetables. The possibilities are endless. Having a good meatball recipe, I think, is gonna make your life so much easier. You can batch cook these, freeze them. So yeah, but the proof is in the pudding. So I'll give them a taste on camera. So you sure they're good? Oh wait, I want to already bite into. It just works because it's just completely different than just putting meat, spices into bowls into the air fryer, because they're nice and soft. So I went to get my phone to show you guys the macros for this. So I made 22 meatballs with this one recipe, and it's 0.4 grams of carbs per meatballs, 0.7 grams of fat, as I said, I keep repeating, and 5.7 grams of protein for one meatball. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, amazing macros, super tasty. They're gonna keep soft for days. Just put them into a sealed container and you can make so much out of it. And of course, the more bread you add in, you can then extend the meat if you want a little bit more. So it's also like very budget friendly recipe. You can use turkey, chicken, any lean meats that you like. You can mix them in. Actually, in Italy we mix our meats usually, like pork and beef. So lean pork and beef would work really well together with chicken. Yeah, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know your favorite protein sparing recipe. If you have any idea, I can also try your recipe if you suggest. Also, let me know like what you thought about this recipe. I don't know if I said it already. Share it with your friends. But thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time.